Hi everyone, my name is Yuen from 6BK2. So today I'll be talking about education related problems around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that each and every one of you know that we all deserve the right to be educated. But very unfortunately, there are still many countries in this world that do not provide education for their people. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very sad to see that there are still many people in this world still very unfortunate and unprivileged to study like me and you. And it is even more disappointing to see that many world leaders around many countries do not even care about this problem. They do not even address a thing about it. First and foremost, there is inequality between boys and girls going to school. Now, in this case, girls are the ones that are highly jeopardized. Now, why is it so? Well, this all comes down back all the way to cultural traditions from all over the world. Now, back in the days, girls were more destined to do household chores for their families, like going to the well to pick up water or cleaning the house. Whereas boys were much more privileged in the family. Therefore, they had the chance to go out and study, they had the chance to go out and play with friends. However, in today's modern society, the rate of girls given the chance to have education has increased drastically. However, there are still many countries out there where girls are not allowed to study or not given the chance to study. Now, problems like this often occur in Arabian states, Central Asia, Southern and Western Asia as well. And these countries until today still practice that tradition of jeopardizing girls from studying in school. They are blinding them from seeing the real world. And it is like controlling their fate and their destiny. Because education gives us the freedom to think on our own. Besides that, financial deficit is also a major problem for education in many developing countries. Universal primary education, or otherwise known as UPE, is something very hard for many developing countries to achieve. Now, UPE actually refers to the percentage of students going to school by 100%. This means the target to get all the citizens, all the children, all the students to get into school. Now you see, many developing countries, they do not allocate enough money into their own educational system. Now, without enough capital injected into the education system, the quality of education for their people is affected drastically. And this would also mean that the education provided by these countries would not be up to date either. Therefore, they will not be able to compete on an international level with other countries with better educational systems. Now, also without proper standards of education, students would also struggle with their studies. This would also mean that many of the students will start giving up and therefore ultimately dropping out of school at an early age. Education is one of the only ways where a nation is able to build up a higher quality of human capital for their nation. Now, this is very important when it comes to building up an economy. You see, the more skillful the people are, the more problems they are able to solve. Citizens of a country are also able to enjoy a higher quality of life because of education. The citizens of the country will not need to work in 3D jobs, which stand for dirty, dangerous, and demeaning. And the citizens of these countries would also have better health due to the fact that they would not need to work in so many 3D jobs, and also increasing the lifespan of their citizens. For that being said, the leaders of these many countries must open their eyes to see the importance of education for all of their citizens. The leaders of these many countries must open their eyes to see that education will benefit both the people and the government. Furthermore, there are many students dropping out of school at an early age in these many poor countries. Due to extreme poverty in certain countries, many families cannot afford to make a living, nonetheless cannot even afford for their children to get education. A good example for a scenario like this would be the nation of Philippines. Now, many children from that country, they would drop out from school at an early age to help their parents in small-scale gold mines to help them make a living. These children are extremely unfortunate as education is the only way out of poverty. Without education, the fate of their lives unfortunately might never change. This is because with a higher level of education, we are able to get better opportunities of jobs in the market. Education allows us to understand our surroundings economically and financially. As a conclusion, we should be extremely grateful for the chance to study, each and every one of us. And with that being said, they are unable to break the cycle of poverty. Only with this effort, the cycle of poverty would break. Economies of countries would grow, and the quality of life would become better. Therefore, everyone deserves the right to be educated